What's going on, everybody? We are live, Fox 5, for another episode of the Fourth Down Podcast. We got myself right here. We got my boy Leak to my right. Got John to my far right. And we have a special guest today. Unfortunately, Rashad couldn't make it. He's busy working overtime. It's election night. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Shaw putting in that work. But it's okay. It's okay because, like I said, we got a special guest. And today's a special episode. Introduce the people to my brother from another mother, my boy,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
McCoy, my boy Dedrick. How you feeling today, brother?
Man, I feel great, bro. It's a pleasure to be here. And Casey been my bro for a long time. I know John for a minute too, man. I'm excited to be here. Get to talking. Let's get it going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're gonna start off with the story that's been occupying the media for like it seems the entire summer since the season ended, this past basketball season, and that is Russell Westbrook on the LA Lakers. It's been so many conflicting reports coming out, but right now the most current report out from Chris Haynes is that as recent as Monday of this week, July 18th, 2022, LeBron, AD, and Russ were on a three-way call, vowing to each other that they were going to make it work and make this season happen. I'll be the first to say, I hope Russ is not on the team starting this next upcoming season because that means the Lakers will not compete for a championship. That's just my opinion, though. But
So it's all Russ's fault.
no, it's not all Russ's fault. But as far as Russ being the main reason why things are going wrong, well, actually, no. Before we go into that, let me start. Let me throw it to you guys. What are your thoughts on this new report about the Lakers vowing to make it work? Which basically means that Kyrie being traded to the Lakers is looking like that's not going to happen. So yeah, what are y'all thoughts on that?
Like I like the Westbrook stayed on the Lakers because that means Kyrie's still on the Nets. That means Durant gonna stay on the Nets and Ben Simmons. So I think the Nets can run it back like 1 year, one full year, no distractions, no COVID. See where the chips land. But yeah, I don't want Kyrie on the Lakers. Not now, at least.
Yeah, Kyrie on the Lakers means the Lakers are going to be a threat, and they'll actually have a. Let me not say competent, but they'll have
You
a.
have a scapegoat. When they don't win it, blame Kyrie.
Just like how they trying to do Russ.
Yeah.
But look, all right. First of all, I will say I'm not gonna lie. I would like to see the three like Ben, Kyrie, and KD actually play a full season together. Because when they picked them up, like I was like, this could be a cool little squad for real. They just gotta be fully healthy. Get the chemistry going. They should be cool. When it comes down to the Lakers, though, not saying like you, but like because a lot of people they just trying to make it seem Russ is the issue, Russ is the problem, and
Right.
I really I understand if Russ's style of play doesn't fit necessarily what they're going for, and you can say that, yes. But to say that Russ is the problem, I think that's a stretch. First of all, AD got to stay healthy. He got to
Yeah,
actually.
that's the number one thing
He
for the
really
Lakers.
needs to stay healthy, and they need to actually figure out like the guys that's going to be around the three of them. Like they got to
Right.
actually be able to play well and do their job as well as too. Like it's like I don't know because I'm a Russ fan. Like I'm not going to sit there and say Russ was not an issue or he wasn't a problem at times, but also at the same time, Russ is the reason they won some of them games. Like, granted, it didn't take them nowhere because they weren't in the playoffs, but when it came down to it, when there was no AD, when Braun finally realized, like, all right, it's really no point in me doing this,
Yeah.
Russ was the one still going at 400%, and you can always get that from Russ. I would want that on my team, me personally.
See,
Not the guy that can't stay healthy. Sorry.
see, that's the thing. Russ, it's like Russ going 100%. That's perfectly fine, right? But when you have like a montage, and I feel like the media was low key picking on him a little bit. When you have
Skip Bayless.
yeah, Skip Bayless in particular. If you have a montage of you hitting the top or the side of the backboard on your jump shot, I just feel like it's like okay, at a certain point, there's like, and like I said, I guess it's because he's on the Lakers, so it's publicized and people talk about it more, people see it more. That's on national TV, but like. He can't be the only player doing that type of like.
And that's what I was just
You know what
about
I'm
to bring
saying?
that point
Like,
up. He's not. And it's the reason why. It's because it's Russ. It's because it's the Lakers. It's because he's playing with Braun. It's those three things that really are the reason why everything that he does is magnified.
And the expectation that comes with playing LeBron, which is, as we all know, since his
that's-
third year in the league, has been championship or whatever. So
those three, Russ has everything going against him. Like it's just a bad situation. But Russ himself is not doing bad, honestly, in my opinion.
That you making a face over there. What are you?
I mean, like,
what's your opinion?
Like, don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, Russell Westbrook is still tough. But like Casey said, that montage, it was ugly. Like, you can't be Russell Westbrook and doing stuff like that. Yeah, it's like he gets more like because like he's playing with LeBron. The Lakers were at the start of the season supposed to make the finals, so like you already on that high pedestal. So if you do anything lower than that, like they're gonna start talking about you anyway. But honestly, I think he can get himself together and be still solid with the Lakers. But I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Just a quick rebuttal to that. The Lakers supposed to be in the finals, and I'm sorry to do this to you, but the Nets were also projected to be in the finals, and they got swept the first round. So
Yeah, we
it's
made
like,
the playoffs.
That's
We made the
true.
playoffs.
but still, but
We
to
made
get,
the playoffs.
you made it to do nothing.
The
Yeah, guys,
playoffs.
that's
You
true.
made it to do nothing, and it was. I'm sorry, it was.
They
embarrassing.
got 4 more game checks.
You're right, but what did that really amount to?
One more
That was
game
an
check.
awful point. Like,
No, but see, the one thing I will say, like, as far as do we think the Lakers can make it work, or do we think this current roster constructed with Russell Westbrook and not with Kyrie Irving, as it was widely reported he was going to get traded to the Lakers, do we think the Lakers can still compete for a deep playoff push with Russ? My thing is the last time Russ has been in that type of atmosphere was with a prime KD and a good roster in OKC, and they got as far as up 3-1 against Golden State back in 2016. But that was 2016. We're talking like 6 years ago, going on 7 once we enter the 2023 season. But another thing that I think is working in Russ's favor is the fact that the head coach, what's his name, Darvin Ham.
Yeah.
At his introductory press conference, it didn't even sound like it was about him. It sounded like he was there just to empower Russ. Like the whole time, everything I seen from it, he was just saying, "Man, Russ, he's a top 75 player. He's one of the best players of all time," which is true.
Good coaching.
That's facts, and that is good coaching. But and I think just because he's so shrewd and he has such a wide audience, I feel like people like Skip Bayless and other haters on Russ have put it out there that like Darvin Ham is only doing that just so he can raise Russ's trade value to other people. So people realize like, well, for all the bad, he is really a great player and he does do good. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
Russ only got like 1 more year on his contract. Granted, it's
yeah, I think this is
47
last year with the
It's at $47 million, so like nobody trying to pick that up.
That's what I'm
But,
saying.
like,
Yeah, and I've seen teams are asking like to actually get a first round pick. I mean, a first pick with them.
Yeah, like they want the Lakers to attach a pick with Russ, and then
because they know the Lakers want to get Russ away, so like you gotta do what you gotta do. It's a business.
And that's the thing, like, and that's also another report that I know we've all seen that was out there. Russ fired his longtime agent that has been his agent, I believe, for his whole career.
Yeah, 14 years.
Yeah, and the dispute between them was the fact that Russ apparently now it's out because his agent said they were disputing over the fact that he wanted Russ to stay with the Lakers and take the money and not be subjected to being like, you know, Allen Iverson and some of these players that at the end of their career just got traded around and no one even knew what happened to them. Like, kind of like what happened to Carmelo Anthony, where the league basically blackballed him for a year just because, you know, for whatever reason, I don't even know why. But just because he said that whole press conference in OKC, like, oh, I'm not coming off the bench. They want me to come off the bench. And it's like, when you get over, like, your, I guess you could say, like, your reputation. And I don't know. I mean, it's rough. It's rough because being that great of a player at one point, then coming all the way down to, like, being subjected to be coming off the bench, and in your mind, you still believe you can contribute as a starter.
I mean, Russ still a starter.
But yeah, Russ is still a starter. Yeah,
He's not on the playoff team.
And see, that's the thing. So like, I feel like now we know because his agent, like I said, left Russell Westbrook because he wanted Russ to stay on the Lakers, and they said they were disputing about that, which by definition means Russ does not want to be on the Lakers. So my thing is like, if Russ doesn't want to be, and then at the Summer League game, this past Summer League, LeBron and Russell Westbrook were both in the same arena, and no, they did not talk to each other the whole time. And I was one of those people at first when I heard that, I was like, all right, you know, it's whatever, who cares? Like, they're just there. But the fact that Russell Westbrook was in the team huddle on timeouts, and everyone was walking up to LeBron, dapping up LeBron. People were walking up to Russ separately, but no one, like, they didn't interact at all the whole time. I was like, man, that's a bad look, in my opinion. And that only goes to push the narrative that Russ, I think that validates the report about his agent, or that Russ doesn't want to be on the Lakers. But like John was saying, you got to attach, and Dedrick, you know, you got to attach a first-round pick to Russ right now. And
it's just kind of crazy because I'm just sitting here thinking, and it's like the whole narrative of Russ, and it's like he can't be on a playoff team. literally when he went to the Wizards, he got them to get into the play-in. And then
He
the
did.
year after he went to, and it's not even like it was that was the next year he went to the Lakers. So I mean,
That's
what
true.
is it really like? What really
the
does it
thing
have
is-
to be? It's not that he can't be on a playoff team. He just went to a team that was no chance for being in the playoffs.
He can't be on
Took
a
him to
team
the
that got,
play-in.
he can't be on a team that as
expectations to win a championship.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. A playoff team, he can be on a playoff team. I think that's what it is.
He
But
can lead a team.
I don't.
but where is
at
that
this
team
point-
gonna go?
At this point, I
That's the
don't.
question.
If he stay, if it's on the, I don't know. This may sound crazy, but he just can't be the focal point.
Yeah, I
If
agree.
he's,
Yeah, he-
like it just has to not be like for obviously no one I'm sure is even looking at the Lakers
and
any
saying
type of
yeah,
way.
Russ is a
It's
yeah,
Russ's
focal
team
point.
or
I mean,
whatever.
LeBron just averaged 30 points a game, and
Right, but what I
they
mean
didn't
by
make
that
the
is
playoffs.
like and I'm not even saying because I know that I think they were talking about this at one point during the season is like bench, have him come off the bench. I'm not saying it's got to be all that, but I'm just saying like hell, even maybe making him the fourth option or just having like because it's like
He's making $47 million.
I understand
that is another
He
problem.
can be your
too.
fourth option.
I know, and that's when it just comes down to the business aspect of it. Because it's like, if you're not making Russell Westbrook because it's like, don't have him bringing up the ball all the time. Don't have him trying like.
Yeah, don't make him think he's the most. And see, that's why I think this
Because
whole
that's the only difference. Like when he was on the Wizards, that was the thing. That
right.
I don't know. I just feel like
I think
I just don't like the whole. I just
how-
don't like the slander because it's like the dude is really not bad. It's like he literally just came from taking a team with no hope to
Right.
it being in the play-in, and it's like
I think the main thing with him is the fact that first of all, let's also just put it out there. Anthony Davis, if you somehow end up watching this, first of all, we appreciate it. And second of all, you guys are healthy, bro, because there's no reason why you are a top. He already made the top 75 list. I think had a couple flaws in there, but Anthony Davis was on there. Like it's set. You can't take him off. He's a top 75 player. So to say that, bro, you got 3 top 75 players. You could say in their prime, but LeBron and Russ kind of in the tail end. LeBron, I don't know if he's in his prime anymore, but to say you got 3 top 75 players on the team, Anthony Davis, you are supposed to be in your prime of your career, your mid to late 20s, early 30s. That's when you're supposed to be like competing and giving your all, like your athletic prime and energy into winning and trying to propel your team to a championship. So it's like granted, he did that in the bubble. We understand that the bubble chip happened, whatever, but the atmosphere kind of worked out to where okay, it was about leadership. It was about
Also, nobody wanted to be at the bubble.
You know what it is? It's because he had nothing. He was forced to focus on nothing else.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like
we just gotta understand it. Like, and I don't know what other things it is, but basketball is just not his main focus. It's not. Let me not say his main, but he's not putting his all into basketball.
yeah, he announced
And
that
that's
he
really-
joined like FaZe Clan or something. I'm like,
And so
bro,
it's
why?
just
you-
like because you bring up the bubble, and he was looking godly in the bubble, but
He
that's
was, yeah.
because he had to.
He had-
He had to. There was
Exactly.
nothing else he could put his.
Was
time
it that
in.
he had to, or nobody else wanted to be there?
No, he had
just
to because
because he
LeBron
had
James
to.
was
He
with
had
him
no-
every day, and there's no way he's gonna see
The
LeBron.
Lakers, the only team that seemed like they wanted to be there.
No, I think
So the Heat weren't competing.
I was about to say John.
I mean,
John,
they were down 2 of the best players. I don't think they were.
John just saying that because the Clippers, it was known they didn't want to be there, so it's like, oh, okay. I don't even know Durant.
Bro, the Rockets had a player get kicked out the bubble because he had a
situation.
A nurse in his room. Like, if that's not screaming, people didn't want to be there.
But no, that's just Daniel House. I mean, that's not.
Doesn't-
I ever said that doesn't
maybe.
reflect. That doesn't
The
reflect.
Clippers
'Cause-
didn't want to be there.
No, but Russ was on the Rockets at that time, and we all remember this the famous picture where, and this is why I just don't understand how Russ even ended up on the Lakers to start with. The famous picture where he was standing at the 3-point line. LeBron watched him, turned around, didn't even know that he shot the ball yet. Russ shot the ball and missed. And then towards the end, when the series was over, at the end, I remember Russ was yelling in the crowd towards someone, and then the camera panned, and it was like some kids, and they was like, "Yo, who's Russ angry with?" So it's like, and I'm bringing that up just to say Russ also I feel like has to be a little accountable. Like, yeah, like you said, Russ is not bad. He's not a bad player. Like Russ is not a bad player, but like John said, the combination of his contract and the combination, like Dedrick said, of the fact that he's trying to, if you want Russ or if you want to get rid of Russ, you have to attach a first round pick. I feel like Russ should look at that and be like his agent was saying, okay, try and work on your game as much as you can. And I know we all say like, oh, you be in the gym, you be in the lab doing whatever. But Russ, in my opinion, there's no reason why he should be shooting that many shots off the backboard. And the one where he tried to pick up his dribble against Milwaukee and he didn't, and then he just picked the ball up, turned around and shot the air ball. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, Russ. Like it gets to a certain point where it's like, okay, you're not in the best position, but also you're not helping yourself that's in that bad position. Like we've seen great players that have been in bad positions all the time. Like, for example, Like you think about LeBron in 2018, his last year on the Cavs, bro, that team was awful. Like that team was bad. Like they traded all their players at the trade deadline. But I mean, we're talking about LeBron James, so it's kind of not fair to Russ. But still, it's like he still propelled his team and did everything he had to do to play winning basketball and get to the finals. And then J.R. Smith just sapped the energy from that final series with that play. But that's not the here nor there. But yeah, I had mentioned it earlier as well about Russ being on the Lakers. So in retrospect, that means that Kyrie will be on the Nets and KD, who also requested a trade. I know we talked about it in previous episodes. If they stay together, can they actually compete as they currently stand for Eastern Conference Championship? Like, can they get to the finals? I'm not gonna say can they win it. We're not gonna talk about that. Can they get to the finals as constructed with this team? Because me personally, if Ben Simmons plays, depending on what we see from him, as the Nets are constructed right now, I will be the first to say I do not think they can get to the finals the way the East looks right now. I don't. I do not.
Yeah, I got if everybody stays healthy, Ben Simmons actually play, Kyrie gets vaccinated, and or they drop all the vaccination laws, I think the Nets they got like a window of like 2 years. They can win the chip between next year and the following year. So I still give them a good chance because like the Celtics, their window closed.
Did it?
Yeah.
The Celtics window closed?
I see like, everybody got hurt, so like they went through. Luckily everybody was hurt.
I mean, they just signed what's his name? They just got Malcolm Brogdon. I think that was a great pickup because they needed a point guard that could like actually be a point guard. Marcus Smart is kind of like a really good basketball player, but he's not like a point guard. Like I'm gonna set it up and score when I need to. He kind of just like is there. He plays defense. He hustles. Like I said, he's a good basketball player, but like a straight point guard, I think Malcolm Brogdon. I think that was a good signing from them.
I don't see the Celtics getting back. I think they had a good run. They played teams that got hurt. I don't think they're better than the Bucks. Put Chris Middleton out there, probably over in 6.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like I don't need to speak on the Celtics. Everybody knows how.
That's true. Nah, but I was about to say, me personally, I don't think if I'm a Nets fan, I don't want to see Boston next year in the playoffs. I mean, I do because it's like, oh, get back. I'm gonna be honest. There's nothing I saw from that series that told me.
I'm gonna be honest. If we like, I'm not saying you gotta go perfect, but like, let's say Ben Simmons can
just play defense.
Yeah,
play defense.
Let's say Ben can strap up on defense.
That's it. No, just leave it at
actually,
that.
yeah, he's actually got a point. We don't need anything else.
Bro, no playmaking. No play. I mean, KD or Kyrie, they're not gonna play make. So who's going?
I mean,
unless they're gonna be playing iso ball the whole time. And then we saw how that worked out last year.
I will agree.
Durant, Kyrie, they don't got to play. Durant had to play defense and offense. If he got Simmons to play defense, Durant not gonna be tied on offense, and boom, that's how it works.
I mean,
and like playmaking, I'm sure like he can pass the ball, set a pick, do something. Being a dunker, he can really be in a dunker spot.
If he can be I'm not even gonna say elite, but if he can be a great defender, decent playmaker. Elite. All right, yeah, elite. Because he was elite beforehand.
I think he was first.
If he can be an elite defender, decent playmaker, KD and Kyrie go out there and do their thing. Honestly, I can see him getting no past the Celtics because it's like we just saw. I'm just sorry, like you know how I feel about it. Jason Tatum's not that guy, so Ben Simmons straps him up. He's not going to do nothing with him.
He won the first Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, we get it. Which is
a pity award, but whatever.
I mean,
we're not going to touch on that.
Okay, we're not going to go on that, but he did. I will like we talked about before. He did underperform in the finals. Like he did. We all know that for sure.
What more needs to be said?
And the fact that he was texting Kobe talking about I got you, all that stuff. I mean, come on, Tatum. If you're gonna do that, you can't be out here doing that and then averaging 22.
If you're gonna do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Averaging 22, 7 to 7. But nah, I just feel like as far as like John was saying, like he doesn't think the Celtics got better. If we just go down teams in the East, right? And my man Dedrick right here, we got a devoted Bulls fan, so let's just jump. Let's go. Okay, so the Nets. Okay, if they played the Bulls. Okay, all right. I'm gonna say this right now. The Bucks, the Celtics, I think those are the two, and the 76ers. I think those are, and the Heat. Okay, those 4 teams, I think that's the pool that's going to get out the East. I don't think.
We all gambling people here. Who do you think the odds going to be? No, just.
No. And that's
we all gambling. Who the odds? You had to put your money down on the East.
if I had to put my money down and getting out the East, me personally, I'd put my money on the Bucks. I would. I think Giannis. If Middleton was not injured, I think they would have got to the finals. Like that game 7 against Boston was so phony. Grant Williams hit like 8 threes. Peyton Pritchard was hitting step back threes. I'm like, we were in. Me and Dedrick were actually in Atlanta. Watching that game. We're like, wait, what? Like, what is going on? like, what is happening?
Crazy,
bro. Yeah, like.
Bro, I thought he was in Atlanta.
No, but it's crazy. Like it was just like, bro, like this game was just crazy. But yeah, nah, I think that's the pool. And no disrespect to the Bulls, but I think DeMar, Zach LaVine re-upped with them. I don't know. Had the Bulls? Oh, Lonzo coming back healthy. Lonzo coming back.
Yusuf.
What's
his name there? What's it?
Oh, Vucevic.
Yeah,
Nikola Vucevic. Yeah.
Caruso.
He's
Caruso. Man,
yeah. Caruso should have never left the Lakers.
Of course, we're not going to make the finals, but it's a solid squad that we got going on there. Like,
yeah, the Bulls got a solid squad.
I've been with the Bulls squad.
Solid. Yeah, I like them.
I just think, it was
They
unfortunate.
got to trade DeMar though, get somebody better.
Better.
I was about to say DeMar was in MVP talks for like a couple
DeMar
weeks.
was putting up Jordan numbers.
I mean,
You talking about gambling? I mean, we were all. Everybody who was doing it was going over on that DeMar 31.5 per game. Like we all went over, and we was all making some good decent change off of that. So, but nah. So we talking about the Bulls. The Bulls, they can compete. And then we got who else? Who's in the East? All the bad teams like Charlotte. I don't know. They got too many issues going on in Charlotte.
You got Miles Bridges facing 10.
Devontae Graham just got pulled over for something, and I think he got locked. I don't know if he's still locked or whatever happened, but
Michael Jordan, he running his squad the right way.
And then they just hired another coach that they had already when the team sucked, Steve Clifford, who nobody. I mean, who knows what he even like. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know, man. Kyrie and KD, I just don't see it. I don't know why. And I don't know, maybe it's Steve Nash. Maybe it's the combination.
They only played 20 games together. When people like they don't see it.
But
we barely have seen it because they only played like 20.
That's the thing. Last time we talked about this, John, you were saying how, okay, it's not, how is it KD's fault that they haven't played together and COVID and all that? But we always say, like I said the last time too, we always say the best ability is availability.
Bro, they signed KD with a torn Achilles. The next year, the pandemic happened. The next following year, Kyrie played 20 games.
Yeah, like the injuries aren't KD's fault, but what he did in that first round of the playoffs against Boston, it was not good at all.
And you know what I'm saying? It's like we can't just act like whatever. Like he didn't play with Kyrie.
LeBron losing the first round. Nobody batted an eye. They just injuries.
No, they didn't make the playoffs. Oh, you talking about when they lost to the Suns?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Suns got to the finals. That's the same thing you said. You were like Boston got to the finals.
I mean, they got to the wait.
You argument against you.
No, but the point is, like, look, the injuries. Everyone's like, oh yeah, LeBron injuries, AD, boom, boom. Same thing happened with KD. I was like, no, that's him. That's his character. So I don't know. That seems like y'all people they bat a different eye like for Durant versus LeBron, but it's whatever.
I mean, of course. Yeah, I was about to say LeBron's a better player, so of course people are gonna like expect more from him than KD. We're not getting into this right now because I know John wanted to go.
Game 3 in the Cleveland's place, Durant pulled up from 35 feet. Bang.
Game three. It's okay. But nah, just to so yeah, as far as like, the final point on Kyrie and KD, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, every year it's like there's different teams that come out and disappoint and improve. I mean, like we were talking about Chicago, they all of a sudden just came out and for that little stretch of period of time, people were considering them as like real contenders because DeMar DeRozan was balling. So and Zach LaVine was doing his thing too. So yeah, we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see coming up this season. Another thing that we're definitely gonna see is what ESPN does to rank their players and the how they do their polls and position rankings, because for those of you who don't know, they just dropped their 2022 top position rankings for every position: edge rusher, quarterback, running back, all that stuff. But I think the 3 key positions that were like the list were kind of just janky in my opinion. Quarterback, they had some glaring omissions. Wide receiver and cornerback. But I want to start off with quarterbacks because the top 10 quarterbacks that ESPN had ranked in order. This is
No,
ESPN the most.
It's ranked by executives, coaches.
Yeah,
and
executives, players, etc. Yeah.
So,
So,
this what the people that made this.
Supposed to be official.
They know.
yeah,
what
so
they
it's
talking
it's supposed to be official.
They know what
It's
they're
supposed to
talking
be.
about.
But they got Aaron Rodgers number 1, Patrick Mahomes number 2, Josh Allen number 3, Tom Brady number 4, Joe Burrow, Matt Stafford, Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, and Dak Prescott as the top 10 quarterbacks going into. I don't even know if it's going. It has to be going into this upcoming season, but I just. I mean, I'm gonna open the floor to anybody. I mean, I just completely, in my opinion, I disagree with this list. Aaron Rodgers being number 1, I disagree with. That's just my. Let's just start off at the top. Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, is not the best quarterback in the league. But
Who's the best?
me personally, I would actually say Patrick Mahomes. Even though he just had a bad season, I will still say Mahomes, in my opinion, is the best quarterback in the league. That's yeah, and this is coming from a Ravens fan. We're struggling to beat the Chiefs. This is coming from a Ravens fan. I personally think Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league because the way I see it, it's either Mahomes or Brady. Because the way I see it, when you have
what does that mean?
look, no, because when you put everyone at their best, everyone at their best,
Get ready for this.
everyone at their best, right? All the quarterbacks at their best. Who do you expect to perform the best? In my opinion, I think it's either one of those two, Mahomes or Brady. I mean, we're talking about the greatest quarterback of all time in Tom Brady, and we're talking about Mahomes, who has been deemed as the baby GOAT. I don't know about all that, but So I think just starting off at the top of the list, Aaron Rodgers, like I said, I don't know, but I guess it's based off the regular season. So I don't want to put the playoff moments in my head to go into my opinion, but
Right, well,
yeah,
that's
that's what I think. But
I
yeah,
would
what's
say-
our opinion on that? Because
But to start for me, if you got a list of the top 10 quarterbacks and you have Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, and since the year that Lamar's came into the league, Russell Wilson, Lamar's got to be on that list.
yeah, absolutely.
100%.
That was my second point I was gonna make. Like,
I love Deshaun. Like out of them three guys, matter of fact,
You're saying Deshaun Watson is
three
better
guys-
than Lamar?
I look. What?
You saying Deshaun Watson is better than Lamar?
no, he's saying he's not.
He's not.
He's never beat Lamar in his career. His numbers.
So y'all rather have on the Ravens right now Lamar over Deshaun?
We can do
Yes.
this over many
I was about to say
times.
we talked about this multiple times in the past, but no, it's like Malik was saying. Like you have Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, who may not even play.
No,
And then-
look, Deshaun's gonna play. I saw.
Oh,
I was like, that. To be honest, it's looking like NFLPA's on his side. Yeah, he should be good.
But you got Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, and like Malik was saying, Russell Wilson.
And don't get me wrong, I love Russell. I'm a big fan of Russ. But
Post 2017,
since-
what
yes,
has he done?
Since Lamar's gotten to the league, Lamar's been a better quarterback.
And that's not even a
Yeah.
question.
And it's
Bro,
not even biased. It's not even. It's just you can. Look
It's
at the
fact.
numbers. Like,
I was about to say,
it's
like,
facts.
bro, and this is my thing when it comes to these rankings. Okay, the rankings are what they are, right? In my opinion, I think head to head, granted it's a whole team, I think head to head matters. When Lamar has not lost against any of these quarterbacks except for Patrick Mahomes multiple times, I mean, what do we talk? He's undefeated against Herbert. He's never lost to Russell Wilson, never lost to Deshaun Watson, never lost to Dak Prescott. He has a losing record against Patrick Mahomes.
Never lost to Brady.
Never lost to Tom Brady. I mean, like, what do we talk like?
Nobody thinks he's better, like as a quarterback. Like, you have to put them in. Like y'all saying, yeah, the Ravens defense, it's pretty solid. So like, as a quarterback, Lamar versus Deshaun, nobody's ever going to explain to me that he's better than Deshaun. Like he throws better, he has a better IQ, better pocket presence. Like
How can we prove that he throws better? Because he's in a more pass happy system. Like how can we prove that
Lamar
Deshaun?
wants to throw, he don't got to run. You mean make it seem like Lamar chooses to run the ball.
Well, I mean that's an asset
I was
though.
about to say, like, if I'm Lamar Jackson, like, okay, yes, everybody wants me to be a quarterback and throw, but if I have those legs and I can run like that, like, you might as well take advantage of it.
I was about to say, like, bro, Michael Vick didn't run because he was like, I can't throw. He ran because he was like, nobody can guard me. Like, y'all not,
So Mike-
y'all
Mike-
not tackling me on
But
the
Mike
field.
Vick can throw those. Like you have to respect his arm.
Yeah,
Nobody respects Lamar's arm.
Mike Vick had a.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was about to say Mike Vick could throw. John's saying that because he had a cannon. That's why he's saying that. Lamar doesn't have a cannon, even though I've seen
Oh.
Lamar. I've seen Lamar.
I see him sail the ball out of bounds too.
I've seen that, and I've also seen Lamar flick his wrist and throw the ball 70 yards down the field, and I was like, damn, Lamar just did that. But hey,
I just want everybody to wait until they see this boy this season. All I'm saying.
Until the excuses will be, who's your OC again? Y'all gonna start blaming him again? Start blaming everybody else.
But you know who didn't make this top 10 list? You know who didn't even get an honorable mention or a vote? Mac Jones.
Well, I don't want him. I don't even want him as quarterback.
What a Patriots fan, ladies and gentlemen.
Wasn't Belichick? We drafted Nikhil, and then we traded him for a 7th round pick. Belichick doesn't know what he's doing right now, bro.
Well, no, Nikhil, that was a bad draft pick.
No, but I've been staying consistent. Belichick, he's been losing me. He's been losing me. But
yeah, I think Lamar. I mean, the fact that Ryan Clark. Shout out to the great Ryan Clark for putting this point out there. They talk about Lamar. The description under his ranking honorable mention was the fact that they're calling him assistant quarterback because of Greg Roman, not realizing that since he was at Pompano Beach, Florida, to Louisville, to right now, Lamar Jackson is the system. Like without Lamar, we saw what Ravens fans. We all saw Flock Nation. We saw what we did last year without Lamar. Like we competed hard. And plus, we had a litany of injuries on our roster. But Lamar Jackson, nobody can sit here and tell me right now Lamar Jackson is not a top 10 quarterback when he literally just won the only unanimous MVP in NFL history outside of Tom Brady 2007 season, that he's not top 10. I mean, that's to me, it's just like now we're getting into more than just football. We're talking about, I don't like how he conducts himself. I don't like how he does whatever.
It's outside of football.
It has to be because
other players are saying this though. It makes it seem like it's the
no. That's what I'm saying. It's the coaches, execs, all that. We're talking about some old staunchy, group of men that like their quarterbacks conducting themselves a certain way.
Bro, Deshaun Watson, he's a serious. He has like 60.
But that's what I'm saying.
Still said,
up until that point, Deshaun was considered like a model citizen. All that stuff. I mean, the man wrote a book, which is ironic because he wrote a whole book, and then all this came out when he decided to leave. But it's like up until that point, he was seen as like okay, and there's still plenty of people, even though he did all, he's accused of all this. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there, the Browns, one of those groups of people that were like, we'll take the baggage because we think we know who he is outside of this crazy situation, this one-off. Meanwhile, it's like Lamar, you see him on social media. He's his own person. He does his own thing. Like, he's not going to conform to any, type of, like Lamar went back against one of the most respected reporters in the NFL, Adam Schefter. I'm pretty sure execs and coaches around the league were like, they didn't like that. But Lamar don't care. Like, Lamar not worried about all that. He's worried about when I'm on the field, I'm a ball, and that's why he has one of the top 7 highest win percentage in NFL history at this current point in any quarterback's career, and that's why he's won the most games.
Jimmy Garoppolo got that too.
He does. But Jimmy Garoppolo has not won the most games under the age of 25.
But he also
being a quarterback.
He also takes the team to the Super Bowl, so
and throws it away.
Jimmy Garoppolo took a team to one Super Bowl.
Super Bowl and throws it away.
Jimmy Garoppolo took a team to one Super Bowl. Did not get an honorable mention or a vote, and he that Super Bowl. He overthrew what would have been the game-winning touchdown.
I'm saying, look, Jimmy Garoppolo wins, though. He wins 70% of the time he plays. If he steps on the field.
Lamar wins more than Jimmy G, though. That's the thing.
It was like 72 to 70.
It's like, regardless. Like, what were you going to say, Dedrick?
I was just going to say, the media really doesn't want to give Lamar his flowers. Like, I don't want to be the guy that makes it obvious, but it's definitely not football because, like, you look at him, like you say, he wins games. Like, I don't know if people just don't like the way he runs. Or
that's the point of football. The point of sport is to win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because he runs around the way he does, like, people expect him, like, oh, yeah, like, I want to see him throw like Tom Brady. He doesn't have to be Tom Brady.
And he's
Lamar Jackson. Like
exactly. And me and Dedrick were talking about this off air. Look at Josh Allen. Look at the respect and the admiration teams and coaches and execs give him. But look at his style of play. It is, in my opinion, 3 times more dangerous than Lamar.
But he can throw the ball.
He hurdles people.
80 yards.
He trucks over people. He looks for contact. Yeah. Lamar does not even look for contact like that.
Josh Allen plays a lot like Cam Newton did.
He does, but no one's talking about, Josh Allen, I don't like his play style, all that, because like John said.
He can throw the ball. He can get 300 yards, 4 touchdowns going against Mahomes. Lamar's not going to do that.
But Lamar did do that.
Lamar threw for over 400 yards and multiple touchdowns against the top defense in the league.
Yeah, against the Indianapolis Colts. John going to act like that don't matter. But that happened. We all saw that. That was a kid.
You beat the Colts. Congrats.
A top
He beat the Colts.
I-
I'm saying he beat the Colts.
And I'm not gonna lie.
Hold on,
He
John
beat
just
the
said that Josh Allen did what he did against the Chiefs. What's the Chiefs' defense?
Was the bottom
Not great.
rank.
Not great.
Bottom rank.
Not good.
L'Jarius Sneed is
It's like going out
second
there
year
and
quarterback.
Y'all watched that game?
Come on.
Did y'all watch that game? Y'all thought who's the better quarterback? Josh Allen or Mahomes that game? Who's the better?
I thought they were equal. I was like, they both had the most.
Allen should have won that game. Nobody's like he threw that last touchdown. That should have sealed the game.
I don't know, man. I think just to circle back. I mean, I think
Just to back to your point, there's gonna always be something extra that people are gonna bring up.
Yeah,
Man,
bring
I
up
think-
Lamar
I think
Jackson.
Josh Allen's the
That's
number
just
one
what it
quarterback.
is.
I think Josh Allen's the number one quarterback in the league right now.
So you think
It should be Allen first. Like he got the talent. He got Big Ben size, Cam Newton size. Got the arm of like Mahomes, and he got the speed like of a sorry, it's not too fast, not too slow.
I think another just ridiculous position on the list, in my personal opinion, Justin Herbert being 7 behind, and I know he just took his team to the Super Bowl, whatever, I get it, but and then it's not. You know what? Maybe it is Ravens bias. I don't even care. Justin Herbert being 7 behind Joe Burrow, to me, I personally don't think he's better than Joe Burrow. I don't. I mean, I watched them both. Yeah, Herbert. I think Herbert is a better quarterback than Burrow right now, but Burrow has more chemistry with his guys, and yeah, I guess you could say the better team. They're kind of comparable. Actually, no, I'll take that back. I think the Bengals' offensive skill position players are a touch better than the Chargers, but I think the chemistry was already there with him, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, yeah. What's the tight end's name? C.J. Uzoma, yeah. So it's like, and Joe Mixon. Yeah, Joe Mixon's a very talented running back. So I don't agree with Justin Herbert being ranked at that position either. I think he deserves to be higher. But maybe I'm the only one who's a Justin Herbert truther.
No, it took you a minute to come around because I remember when he was coming out. I was like, oh yeah, Justin Herbert. I don't know, but yeah, they have a very similar offense. But I think if you trade quarterbacks and keep the same rest of the team, like I think Herbert would be a lot better on the Bengals than Burrow is right now.
Yeah, and that's
Well, maybe not a lot better.
Yeah, I was about to say it's hard to say because Burrow was great with the Bengals, but okay, he was good. Maybe
He's definitely not number 5.
All right, so
that's what I'm saying. Like
I don't even.
But
Honestly, I feel like he only made the list because he went to the Super Bowl.
I mean, everyone saw that comeback against the Chiefs, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, Joe Burrow! Yeah, Joe Burrow was that guy." Yeah, so I think that's just what it is. Like, but it's cool. I'm not
real quick,
upset.
they left him off of there. Where would you personally put Lamar on there?
Me personally, I would put Lamar above Dak, Deshaun, Russ, Herbert, and Steph.
wait, he's top 5.
No, that's 6. That's 6.
He's at 6.
I would put Lamar, and I'd flip. Like I said, I'd flip Burrow and Herbert, and I'd have Lamar right there. Actually, to be honest with you, Lamar beat Justin Herbert, and it wasn't close. He didn't have a great game against the Chargers defense, but Herbert did not look great. Lamar looked better than him.
Let's just be real. If he's taking the bottom 3 spots, which is 10 through 7,
yeah,
and then you just say he's not. You saw what he did against Herbert. Honestly, in my opinion, he's not better than. Burrow's not better than him. Yeah, I gotta give him 5.
Like how is he not top 5? I just don't
And
understand.
that's not even biased. Like
it's not.
That's not biased.
Nobody agrees with it. But it's not biased though.
No, it's no. Plenty. There's a lot of people that agree with it. It's just the same amount of people who think it's cool or like to just hate on Lamar and
The NFL players
and just be like,
exactly.
Lamar's not doing this and not doing that.
Like with the whole,
I'd hate the man too if I just got embarrassed by him and got my ankles broken.
thank
so
you.
I mean, come on.
I mean,
man.
you step
He
out
just
of
embarrassed
Baltimore.
my team.
You step out of Baltimore. Everybody thinks Lamar is a good person to watch on television. That's great. It's good. He's not top 10. Where's Kyler? No, y'all haven't brought up Kyler Murray.
Yeah, because he's not top. Oh
Yeah.
goodness gracious!
Kyler's
Don't get me
not-
started.
I love
Kyler's
Kyler,
cool, but he's not
I
that
love
How
him,
can
but
he
he's
cool
not
and
top.
How can we watch?
Where's your quarterback?
How,
Where's your quarterback?
how can we?
Where your quarterback?
Hold on, Tom. Before we get to that, how
Where
can
the Eagles in, man?
how could we have
Cry
watched?
Eagles fly.
How could we have watched Kyler Murray? And we got 2 Kyler Murray truthers on this set, but how could we have watched him last season and say he's better than Lamar Jackson with what he has versus what Lamar has? Lamar has Mark Andrews, and that is it. No other All-Pro.
Receivers
no
don't want
other.
to go. Receivers don't want to go to the Ravens, so you have to stop using that as an excuse.
Okay,
Nobody
just
wants to go there.
Nuke didn't want to go to the Cardinals. He just got sent there because Bill O'Brien's an idiot head of a head coach. Like, he didn't know what he was doing, so he was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna send you here." He didn't say, "I want to go to the Cardinals." If you put Nuke with Lamar, you can't tell me Lamar's not doing what Kyler. Like, Wait, come on.
He probably gonna be like asking for a trick. He be like, I'm not trying to block 20 times a game.
He's not okay. He's gonna block 20 times a game.
A lot of that's Greg Roman too.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, bro,
Greg Roman is Greg Roman's fault.
Nah, Greg Roman, he knows he's on the hot seat because
who calls the plays and runs the offense? What do you mean it's not his fault?
Like
that's ridiculous. Like, come on, I'm tired of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm tired of that narrative. Like, what do you? So Lamar's supposed to call the plays and run the offense himself?
If he's top 5, if I just say he's top 5, why can't he do that?
Does Josh Allen call the plays and run the plays himself?
Sometimes I feel
no,
like
he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No,
he
doesn't.
I see it.
And then they just lose their OC. So who's to say how he's gonna be the same? Come on, bro.
And that's the thing.
Come on.
I feel like
we gotta get realistic. Stop just with the hate and the slander.
I feel like
be realistic.
I feel like I didn't want to go too far and say Lamar's top 3 before people act like I'm just being biased. But I want to see Josh Allen how he looks without Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll literally transformed this man's entire game and changed the way he looks at football. Like Josh Allen's credited most of the stuff he's done to Brian Daboll. He's now the head coach of the New York Giants. So I want to see how Josh Allen looks with whoever the offensive coordinator is, because Sean McDermott is a defensive head coach. He's not an offensive mind. So, like I said, I want to see they're most likely going to keep most of Brian Daboll's type of style of offense in there, but I don't think Josh Allen and their offensive style is literally catered to make him do everything. Like more than even Lamar, because they don't even run the ball with their running backs. Like they've had multiple games where they had no attempts for a running back. Like they try to play like they're, in my opinion, like they're the Chiefs, but they're not. So I don't know. I just think we'll see. I think the rest of the ranking as far as the quarterbacks is cool. But I just want to make a quick pivot to the next position, which was the wide receivers. For those of you who don't know, they had Devontae Adams, who's now Las Vegas Raider, number 1, Cooper Kupp, number 2, Jamar Chase 3, Justin Jefferson 4, Tyreek Hill 5, and then Stephon Diggs, DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Evans, Deebo Samuel, and DK Metcalf finishing out the top 10. I think the top 2 I'm cool with. I think Justin Jefferson is still better than Jamar Chase. I mean, Jamar Chase had this one season and it was great, but Justin Jefferson's done it for 2 years now, so I'd say like just off of the consistency, I think I'd put him above Jamar Chase. Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill. I'd put him above, and I'd have Jamar Chase at 5. I think he's a top 5 receiver. I think he's better than but see, you got DeAndre Hopkins at 7.
I feel like he's too low.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got
too low.
And then you got Stephon Diggs, who I think might be too high. Rashad's not here to defend his boy, but Stephon Diggs I think is just a little too high. I mean, he does have We're talking about Josh Allen. He's a top 5 quarterback. He does have a top 5 quarterback throwing the ball.
So all right, let me ask you real quick before we.
Mike Evans shouldn't have made this list, in my opinion.
What?
So who helped more? Who? Did Diggs help Allen more? Or did Allen help Diggs more?
Oh, yeah. Diggs helped Allen more. That's not even a question.
Receivers help the quarterback.
So Diggs helped Allen. So
the
so
receiver helps the
then
quarterback.
that should solidify his spot.
His spot, okay. You know what?
I'm listen. I always go back and
you.
forth with Rashad about Diggs, but
Right.
I was having a conversation with my man earlier, and I asked him. I was like, I had to ask him. I'm like, look, I go back and forth, but like, is Diggs really like that? And he had to explain it to me, and I was like, okay.
You don't see his footwork?
No,
I didn't at first. No, to be honest, no. Like,
Diggs'
at first,
footwork.
no.
Diggs' footwork is like that. His
But
footwork is definitely like that.
So that's why I had to ask. But so then that should have solidified the spot.
Yeah, I'll
But-
give you that. Mike, in my opinion, like I said, Mike Evans being 8, I don't agree with that. He's not better than Deebo Samuel.
Okay,
Yeah.
so y'all not gonna like this, but honestly, I don't even think Deebo Samuel should be on the list.
What?
He's a good playmaker,
That's a little biased in my opinion,
He's
but
better.
he's a good playmaker.
Explain
but
it,
is,
explain
is
it.
he out there really routing guys up, putting guys in the
No,
blender?
that's what makes him different.
No, but that's not what makes him a wide receiver. He's not out there.
But he
so you think to be on the top 10 wide receiver ranking?
You got to actually be able to route a guy up.
So you think his route tree is the worst of all these guys on this list? Because I would
Honestly,
I would agree with you, except if I didn't see like DK Metcalf
because
only
he's
running.
under him. I'm
Mike Evans. I mean, we've all seen his route running is not great.
He's not
I
the
mean,
best. He just goes up against people.
Why
And I'm not.
can't-
Listen, I'm a
Mike
fan
Evans
of
6'5".
that.
Like,
I'm
why
a
can't-
fan of that. Like, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying like it's not even taken away from his like how good Deebo is. Like he can make plays and things like that, but he's not doing things like wide receivers are doing.
So
like,
who's
his
better than him?
route tree- Who's better than Debo?
Yeah. I mean, like, who you replace?
Honestly,
AJ Brown.
Brown should be on.
I was about to say Keenan Allen,
Allen.
AJ Brown.
Keenan Allen.
Didn't-
Yeah, I said Keenan Allen, but
Keenan
you say
Allen.
Mike Evans. And,
Yeah,
You can replace him too.
Keenan Allen. I was about to
Mike
say
Evans is better than Keenan. Stop.
Mike Evans got the stats, the
Got
1,000
the
yards.
stats, got the
He got the
stats,
1,000-yard season.
He got everything better, but
No, because he played in a system where it was like, all right,
Oh god.
he throw the ball down. His whole time in Tampa, they've been throwing the ball down. I mean, look, Mike Evans is a
Literally,
great
he's just a-
receiver,
he's
and we're
a
in the golden
deep
age of
threat,
receiver
like-
because if Mike Evans is considered, in my opinion, not a top 10 receiver, we're in the golden age of receivers. And like literally, because he's a really good receiver.
That just means that these guys are better. Like,
Yeah, and this is all This
that's
is
okay.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's okay. Like I think, like I said, the top two is cool. Jamar Chase, and I would take him to 5. Justin Jefferson 3. Tyreek Hill 4. Nuke, I'd put at 6. Stephon, I'd take him down below, put him at 7. Mike Evans completely off the list. Debo, I'd put at 8. I'd put AJ Brown and DK at 9 and 10. That would be my list. I think those are the top 10 receivers in the league. I don't think I'm missing anybody. I mean, I know a lot of people. There's a lot of like Jalen Waddle buzz out there because he had 100 catches and 1,000 yards. The first rookie to do that since Anquan Bolden. I'm like, okay, I guess,
Like,
but.
I know he hasn't been healthy
Yeah.
neither, but people completely forget about Michael Thomas too.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank
Mike
you.
Thomas,
Thank you. Thank you.
Slant
That-
boy.
that is true.
No,
Like,
no,
that is true.
Slant
No.
boy.
He literally was
Slant
just
boy,
offensive
no.
player of the year. Literally before he got hurt, how is he not on this list?
Slant boy. No,
If
Yeah,
he's
sure.
coming back fully healthy,
he got
is
the worst
literally
road
just-
tree. He got that boy can only run a slant. Oh.
What? Nah, I don't think Michael
Outta
Thomas. I think he has a great route tree because he doesn't
Yeah,
have
thank you.
speed.
Slant.
Nah, I think
Slant. Do something else.
his route tree because
It's a slant.
he doesn't have any speed. So I
can't
feel
get-
like the fact that he still gets open
Yeah,
and
he
makes the
gets
plays
open.
he does.
Footwork.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're just talking about footwork. Michael Thomas, his footwork is
Slant.
top 5.
Top,
Here's
Here's the
top
thing,
three.
he should be in the conversation. It's just so many wide receivers right now. Like I still don't think he makes the top 10, but like I think he should at least be in the conversation for like that 10, 11, 12 spot.
Like
Yeah, so
literally
I-
just 2-3 years ago, it was Nuke and Mike Thomas was like
Yeah,
He was
vying
tough.
for
He was-
who's the best.
like,
Yeah,
best
yeah,
hands,
that's
best
true.
like come on,
Yeah.
like
Been all
so
the
I just feel like
speedsters
that's just disrespectful just because the man like if he come back healthy and he come out there like what are y'all gonna say then?
That's true. And
But
if
I'm
James,
sticking to
Mhm.
what I say.
yeah.
I replace Debo with Keenan Allen.
Okay. So what about AJ Brown? How we feeling about AJ Brown? Do we think just to integrate because we got, like I said, we got a diehard Eagles fan on the set. Do we feel like AJ Brown is a top 10 receiver? Because I will tell you right now, he absolutely is. I think he is. I think
off
AJ
rips,
Brown.
I would take him over DK. I would
Yes.
take him over Mike Evans.
Yes.
So
I don't-
I think like 9-ish.
That's
The
what
thing
I
is-
had him.
no,
I had
the
him at
thing
9.
is-
You know what I'm
the thing
saying?
is, it's not
No
I'm saying
bias.
he's
No bias.
not. This is me personally. This is probably just me personally. I think I'm taking DK over AJ.
See, but I had him at 9 and 10. That's cool. Like I think they're literally the same type of
But
like.
if I'm replacing if I'm replacing Keenan with Debo, I'm not replacing that with AJ.
If you replace Keenan,
So like,
but see,
I'm not saying that he's not.
look. This is what I'm
All
saying.
right,
But
let me because I've been holding my tongue on it, but like I'll say it right now. To have
Okay,
Jamal
okay.
Chase at number 3 is absolutely absurd. The man had one good season. Now, if we using the criteria, the fact that JJ is number 4 because he's been doing it for 2. Why? For one, if we're doing that, JJ needs to be higher than him. But if you really want to put Jamal on this list, 8 or 9,
What?
oof.
8 or 9. The body of 1 year. I don't
Stay off
say what you
the-
say. What you want to say. No.
No.
Nah, because like y'all, you two are really gonna sit here and tell me we're gonna give guys so much credit just off of 1 season. I want to see at least do it for 2 or 3.
That's
That's
I,
all
I
I'm
respect
saying.
that. I can respect that. I can honestly
Yeah.
respect
The
that.
game
I
plan
can
comes.
respect
Yo, literally, we've watched when guys come out have these breakout years, and literally teams are going to game plan for that guy. They didn't know what to do when he first came out.
Exactly.
Now they're going to know what to do.
Like, well,
And I'm not even saying that it's going to be perfected this second year. He may still come out there and put some godly numbers.
exactly.
This third year, though, that's really when I want to see him continue these first 2 year numbers. That's
Like-
all I'm saying.
We talking about the number one, the top.
Like,
I
come on.
said the top 2 was fine. Devontae Adams is a perfect example.
Yeah.
Every team going against the Packers, you knew what the game plan was. Stop Devontae. You couldn't.
Couldn't.
You couldn't
And he's
do it.
proving it now that it's just
Every
nothing you can
team-
do.
Every team against the Rams, you knew exactly who Stafford was throwing the ball to.
And I don't want to throw dirt on us, but literally we put 3 guys on him
On
in the red
Cooper
zone.
Cup, we did.
No,
we did.
Devontae.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're right. We did.
put
Yeah,
3
you're right.
guys
we did.
on him in the
You're
end
right.
zone.
You're right. I remember that one
Routed
play.
up 1, 2, 3, got the ball. I was like,
we gave him that punt coverage, and he still got open. I was like,
And then what made it
I say,
worse?
bro,
What made it
like-
worse? He had to go on Twitter and talk about it, and I
He
couldn't even
did,
be
he
mad.
did, he did.
I couldn't even be mad because I'm like,
bro, but Cooper Cup, we gave Cooper Cup the high-low coverage. We had Patrick Queen covering underneath, and we had Chuck Clark over top.
well,
He
that
still
was
got
that was
open.
our problem.
That was
That was the
that was
problem right
there. I was like, bro, you cannot be serious.
PQ, I love you,
But nah, you're not saying
you're
Cooper
not
Cup,
saying
nah.
Cooper Kupp.
That's not happening.
If anything, it should have been Chuck on the bottom and then
And they-
Brian,
it's-
like Marlon on him.
Yeah, exactly,
Like,
bro. That's what I'm
Jesus.
saying.
But I'm sorry, like
I don't know, man. I just
I can't live with that. Like John gonna say what he gonna say, and everybody else gonna have the same opinion as John. But I'm not living with that. I'm sorry. The guy's only done it for 1 year. I need to see it for at least 2 to 3.
But see, this is what I want to say though. Like what you said about Debo could also apply to Jamar Chase because I wouldn't consider him a great route runner. I would just say when he gets the ball, he gonna go to work. Like he going to the work. That's why I think makes Debo, just to defend Debo, I think that's what makes him a great receiver is the fact that his route tree is not the best. He's kind of bland, which is why they started throwing him in the backfield and giving him different ways. They just wanted to get him the ball.
And that's
Because
another
they're
thing,
like, yo, give Debo the ball, he's gonna make
who's
plays.
to say when this running back list don't come out, they don't try to put him on the list?
Nah.
So then that's the case. Like that'd be ridiculous. And it's like if we do that, then it's like, come on now, like nah, like I'm just saying, come on now.
They're not gonna put that would be ridiculous. Like I saw, we were talking about the Madden ratings off air. They had LeBron James in Madden as a I forgot what position, but I was like, come on,
How
man.
did we get here?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like
What?
so just to go back, like they're not gonna put Debo. This is not Madden. They're not gonna
That's
put Debo
not
at
the
running
same.
back. They're not gonna put him at running back. It's not the same. It's different.
Didn't he make all team? Didn't he make second all team at running back?
who Debo?
Yeah.
No, he
Didn't we
made
complain about? No, he made. Didn't he make one of the teams at running back and
No,
receiver?
no. It was I don't, was it running back or like the not flex, whatever they call it, like that off position, like running back receiver. Maybe it's a flex. I don't know. I was about to say, but
all right, I'm just saying.
no, I think Debo. Like I said, I think Debo. He's definitely top 10. I think he's a little low. I think he's better.
I'm not
than
even
Mike
trying to take credit for him. He's a great player, but I'm just saying if we talking about wide receiver, if we talking about the feet, if we talking about routing guys up, I'm not putting him ahead of a couple other guys. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, when you talking about Debo
Yeah.
and Jamar Chase, you think they should both kind of be? They should low key be like 9, 10, 8-ish, basically. Kind of. I mean, I know you said Jamar Chase 8.
Yeah. Like I said, I replaced Debo with somebody else because the numbers were that good. I won't be that guy. Yeah, I'll put Jamar like 9, 8, 9.
Okay.
Maybe even 10.
Come through to now.
I was about to say, Dedrick, what's your opinion on this receiver list we got here? Cause
I see what he's saying because Jamar Chase has only been 1 year. Jefferson has only been 2, but those were pretty impressive years. Like you can't deny that. Like, but what you're saying, like you want to be a good route runner, and honestly, Tyreek Hill's not the best route runner either. He's just faster than everybody on the field.
He's gotten better.
Yeah,
he has.
And I had to go and watch it. He's gotten better.
And
that's why I didn't bring it up.
Let's be honest. Of all these receivers, he probably puts if I was a DB, he would put the most fear in my heart because I'm like, oh crap! Like we've seen the Bills that play where he took that slant like 60 yards, and I'm like, damn, everybody. Like he really just like outran the angle. Like the only other player I've seen do that, honestly, is him, Randy, Chris Johnson, CJ2K, and Lamar that playoff game against the Titans. In my opinion, those are the only players I've ever seen outrun the angle. John's laughing. I don't know why, but so, like literally. But
Jamar Chase against the Ravens, he scored on y'all. Like,
I'm glad you brought that up because you was just talking about his amazing numbers. Wasn't his best games against us?
Yeah,
a depleted defense.
Yep.
So I don't want to hear it.
Yep.
So let that go.
How much you put up?
Let
Like,
that go.
you put like 2
Yeah,
something.
it was about
up,
like
right?
2, almost damn near 3.
Yeah, I'm about to say
On a depleted defense. So let that go.
Let
that go. He had his best games against a banged up, beat up secondary. Defense as a whole, but whatever. I guess that don't matter.
It doesn't.
I guess when you don't have your best guys and you got some guy you just picked up off the street.
On the street, yeah.
Who was number 17? I don't know.
Yeah, I never figured out who he was. I never figured out who he was. Number 29. I didn't even know who he was.
I think they was faking the stats because they put him up on the screen. They said it was his full season. He played at UNLV. I ain't never seen bro before in my life. I've never seen him. So
they did create a
so
exactly.
When we got creative guys out there trying to guard Jamar, who's literally like, come on, what are we saying? Like, what was he going against? Nothing. Of course, he's gonna have a field day.
I think.
Saw what y'all did to AJ Brown too, but neither here or there. Carry
Yeah,
on.
like I said.
Wait, what happened?
He's talking about what AJ Brown did to what he he did to us. Was it last year we played the Titans?
Yeah.
Oh, it was 2 years ago where he took that catch and took it in the end zone,
Like
that took it into
tackles.
overtime before Derrick
Oh,
Henry.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Man, he's on the Titans. Then why are you sticking up for him for that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that was before. Like it's not
Come on,
now.
bro. Come on.
He's supposed to be the Eagles, man. You know what I'm saying?
We I-95 brothers. Come on, man.
If we got to see y'all at some point, he'll do it again.
Jesus. All right, we'll see. But you can have that then. Shit.
No, man. I think the wide receiver list, like I said, we're definitely in the golden age of receiver, and I also think we're also in a good position when it comes to cornerbacks because, like I said, this is the last position that I think was kind of just very controversial.
Real quick, do you want me to say what I really want to say for the end after the corners, or can I add them because we're switching to defense real quick?
Oh no, go ahead. Yeah.
That's my camera. To have Mark Andrews ranked third below, who was it? Travis Kelce and Kittle.
Kelce Kittle, yeah.
It's absurd.
Yeah,
It's absurd. Mark Andrews is a top 2 receiver. A top 2
top
tight
two
end.
tight end. Yeah.
I'm okay with you want to put Kelce above him. Yeah, that's okay.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it.
No,
Don't do
I'm
it.
not. Don't even switch the camera to John when I'm talking. I don't even care.
One of our
Mark Andrews top 2, if
He's
not
better
one
than
on certain
Kittle.
days.
He's not better than Kittle.
Like I said, that guy's crazy.
Is Andrews better than Waller? Like, are we sure he's better than Waller?
Yes.
Yeah, we're very sure
Yes.
about
Are we
that.
sure about?
Yes.
I'm 100% sure about
Come
that.
on.
I think we talked about it in previous episodes. Mark Andrews, he literally was first in every single tight end category. So to say he's not top 2,
Come on.
and Kittle was like injured throughout the year.
Literally,
kinda,
and somebody,
like,
and
you know
yo,
what
my
I'm
man
saying?
was just making a point to me when I was talking about Kittle earlier. Kittle has regressed ever since he had his best season.
And that wasn't even with
No,
Jimmy G.
no.
That was with Nick Mullins.
What can you say to that?
That's not his fault, man.
That's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
It's never
Okay.
anybody's fault.
But Mark Andrews going against injuries,
Who's his
going
quarterback?
against
Mark
opportunity
Andrews-
play,
Mark Andrews
he
is the
still
focal
just
point.
continue to rise. Like, what are we saying?
Who is his quarterback? Who's Kittle's quarterback? Come on.
Oh, the guy you just had so much praise
Exactly,
for. The guy you just had so much praise for. Who is better than Lamar? Who's better than Mark's quarterback? Right? No. You said he was better than Mark. You said Jimmy G was better than Lamar. Come on. We literally just had this argument.
I said the win percentage is up there. That's all I'm saying. The win percentage ain't taking to the Super Bowl.
Look.
Okay.
The-
So Lamar's better than Jimmy G.
You said Lamar.
So Lamar's better than Jimmy G.
You got an MVP.
All right, thank you.
MVP versus going to the Super Bowl.
So Lamar's better than Jimmy G.
You know,
Nah, you said it. Lamar's better than Jimmy G.
all I'm
Thank
saying
you.
is,
Yeah.
come on, look at Kittle. And
Lamar's
look at
better than Jimmy
Andrews.
G. I'm just saying.
Hey,
Look, Kelsey, I have no problem with Kelsey being number 1. I accept that. Kelsey best tight end. That's cool.
How
You gonna see this year.
can the numbers of a tight end continue to grow if the quarterback isn't being a good quarterback? I just want to know that.
Questions that need answers.
Silence.
Questions that need answers.
Thank you.
But we appreciate the Mark Andrews support, man, because Mark Andrews gets disrespected.
There's so much disrespect.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why. All he does is put in the work.
So much
you know what I'm saying?
disrespect.
But it's cool. It's cool.
It's ridiculous.
Another like I was about to go into another position or player, or I guess I should say players that get respected are cornerbacks nowadays. And just going into the top listing of the top 10 corners, we got Jay Ramsey, number 1. I think everyone's cool with that. Jalen Ramsey, the best cornerback. And then I think the list starts to get a little, not janky, but yeah. Marshawn Lattimore, number 2. Jair Alexander, my boy, number 3 from Louisville. Shout out to Jair. Malik's not a fan. Xavier Howard, number 4. J.C. Jackson, the newly signed L.A. Chargers, number 5. Denzel Ward, number 6. Pat Surtain, number 7, the rookie from Denver. Marlon Humphrey at 8, disrespectful.
Yes.
A.J. Terrell at 9, and Trayvon Diggs at 10.
So let me start real quick.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Jair-
my brother.
Jair Alexander should not be number 3. That's just point blank. Period. He's good. Not number 3 good though.
So you think because he doesn't? I think we talked about it before. He doesn't necessarily travel. I think he's only like on the left side
Stays
of the
on one
field.
side.
Yeah, so
No
it's
matter
like,
what it's like I don't know. You can't respect a guy who don't follow the best receiver, and I think we can all agree on that because we've
yeah. I was about to say we've talked about it previously. If you can't say you're a number 1 corner if you don't travel. That's true.
Right.
But at the same time, there's been corners in the past that we respected, like Darrell Reeves, who at times didn't travel because he had his Reeves Island. The defensive coordinator Rex Ryan talked about it like publicly, like they would game plan Antonio Carrari. They would game plan like the whole game, knowing like Reeves was going to be on this side, so that's cool. We can literally just call coverages and let Reeves literally play man all game, and he did what he had to do on his side. So that is a good point about Jared not traveling, but at the same time, we have seen corners, like Richard Sherman that we respect that didn't necessarily travel.
I mean,
maybe
depends on how it goes.
not the respect that
I will say
felt,
about that.
but
The point about that, the Reeves thing though, is like you're right, but that's
I mean, Reeves traveled.
that's
I don't. Let
because
me not put it
he
out there.
did do
Reeves did
that,
travel.
but
He
that's
traveled,
because what's the name? Cromartie was the faster corner, so like Cromartie could keep up with the
yeah,
guys.
yeah,
So
that's
it's
true.
like
Yeah,
let
that
Reeves
is true.
deal with his island and let Cromartie be the guy that's running
That's
around.
running around. Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, there's that. But you're right. Like, but and that's not even why I'm saying it. Like, I don't know, yo. I just
He just don't like him.
That's what it sounds
He's
like.
just coming down.
it's just like yeah, part of it, but also like, what has he done to be top 3 worthy?
I think.
He
I mean, his I'm about to say his PFF ranking has or rating for pass coverage has
I
definitely
think
been
it's
top 5.
disrespectful for I don't see why Howard or JC can't be 2 and 3 considering they've had the most picks the last 2 seasons.
That is true.
They get tried a
But
lot.
if you say that, Trayvon Diggs should be up there just off the picks, and we all know that we can't just look at it like the pick. You know what I'm saying?
If
Like,
I held my stance how I did with Jamar, I'm holding my stance how I did with Trayvon. It was his first year, and also yes, he had the most picks, but he had the most giving up the most yards.
no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're gonna say JC and Xavier could have been up there,
Did they give up all them yards though that Trayvon did?
they did not.
And when doing it 2 years, that's what I'm saying.
JC surely did not. I mean,
Exactly,
I
that's
got a
my
lot of
point,
respect
exactly.
for JC.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. It's just
We let him go.
The Patriots did. To be honest, I'm cool with the list. I like where everyone's at. Kind of Marshawn Lattimore. I think he's kind of slipped on because he plays in New Orleans and they haven't really been competitive since Drew Brees left. And when Drew Brees last couple of years, he was kind of like, eh. And Marshawn Lattimore, I mean, he's the only corner that I know that like when he goes against one receiver, he always shuts him down. Like when he plays against Mike Evans, he turns into Deion Sanders. Like, bro, Mike Evans doesn't do anything against him. I'm like, wow, that's
literally that man's kryptonite.
yeah. I'm like, bro, it's crazy. Like Lattimore really be in that man's head, bro. Like it's crazy. But yeah, like I said, the list I'm cool with. I think it's a little disrespectful to not have. I mean, he's a good corner, but to not have Darius Slay on his list, I was like,
Ridiculous.
AJ
AJ
Terrell had one good
I will
season
say that
on
no,
the
no, no.
Falcons.
That's
The Falcons defense is not good at all.
There are not 10 corners better than Darius.
In no shape, way, or form. You know,
Completely
what I'm
unbiased.
it could be biased. It don't even matter. I mean, Darius Slay is in my opinion, he's a top 10 cornerback. AJ Terrell had one good season, and when they put him at 9, they got Trayvon Diggs one season at 10. Pat Surtain over Marlon Humphrey. That's where I was kind of like.
the only reason they did that was because Marlon was banged up this year.
Yeah, and I think that's he literally played hurt. So, and I think every team saw the game against the Bengals, and they were like, okay, the first game, they saw the first game, and they were like, all right, he can't get with him. He let a rookie wide receiver who is a dog, beat him up a little bit. But I think I think Darius Slay's definitely top 10 corner. He's one of the best zone corners in the league, and he's not bad in man. Granted, Darius Slay did also play injured a couple games last year, so I don't want to say he's not. It did not happen to him, but to say he's not top 10.
On this list alone, I put him over Trayvon Diggs, AJ Terrell, Marlo, and that's a debate. Pass return, definitely.
Marlo, me personally, I don't think that's a debate because I think Marlo does both things well. I think he plays man, plays zone, and he creates turnovers, so I don't think that's a debate. But if you look at the advanced numbers and all that, you could say, okay.
I have personal beef with Marlon because he just don't go for the tackle when he should just go for the tackle. So like
he does
in that regard, like
2 years ago he got known for the peanut punch, and he literally
ran with it.
He ran with it way too hard. Like, yeah, I'm about to say this man. You would see him tackle like Javonte.
As a matter of fact, we're talking about that AJ Brown play. That was the reason why because he doesn't want to tackle.
Yeah.
Literally, it pissed me off so much. Because I'm just not remembering. Yeah, yo, literally Marlon had the chance to tackle the guy before he got into the end zone, and what does he do? Just trying to punch it out.
And it's like, come on, bro.
I'm like, dude, in that situation, just get the man down. Please.
Yeah, for real. Like Javonte Williams, we played the Broncos and he carried Marlo 20 yards. Marlo was going for the punch. I'm like, yo, Marlo, bring him down. But Javonte's a dog. He did, like I said, he carried him like 10, 15 yards.
He was going to need some help.
Javonte Williams, he is a dog. But like I said, I really wasn't upset with this corner list. I think Denzel Ward is low-key one of the slept-on corners in the league. I think he's pretty good, which is why I think quick little tangent. I think Rashad Bateman's going to be great because we saw him cook Denzel Ward clean when they played the Browns the second game when Lamar got injured. That's not the hit right there. But
had to add that in.
Yeah, I just had to throw that in there. But no, Denzel Ward, I think, and it's not the Ohio State fan in me talking, but I think Denzel Ward, Marshawn Lattimore, I think the two slept on corners. I think they're where they should be. AJ Terrell played well. J.C. Jackson, I think he's better than Xavier Howard.
Honestly,
I think J.C. Jackson's better than Xavier Howard. I do. J.C. Jackson, when I saw the Pats, like when he was with the Pats, bro, he was clamps. Like that man was clamps. Like it really wasn't nobody cooking him. Xavier Howard, Tyreek kind of did cook him when they played the Dolphins. Now it's Tyreek, so it's like okay, whatever. like but
I don't know. I just feel like if I'm looking at the list, I guess Jalen still. I mean, like, all right. So do we all agree on that? Like he is for sure number one.
Jalen Ramsey.
Bro, I said this.
No, I'm just asking.
When
just
we started the podcast, I said J. Ram the best corner since Dion. Like, come on, like when you look at
and that's where I get off of that bus and I walk home. I don't get on that bus.
Who's better than Jalen Ramsey? 6'1", can do anything.
No. That's different. Jalen Ramsey's the best corner.
He's
but
that
you
right
said,
now. But
you said he's the best corner since Dion.
As in all them guys between.
Dion retired in like 2004 or 5, I believe.
Who's better than J. Ram though? Who's doing everything J. Ram can do?
No. I was about to say no. I mean, yeah.
Give me Jalen
over who? Jalen Ramsey over who? Darrell Reeves?
Yes. Bro, it's no.
No, there's a good argument there.
It is a good argument, but bro, we saw Darrell Reeves clamp up some of the greatest receivers in NFL history.
Also saw Randy Moss pulling a one-hander in the back of the end zone on him.
Now it came out. That was one. As I said, that was one play.
Which is the first one to come to my mind. If I keep thinking, I'm sure I can.
But
I don't.
Reeves
on TV earlier. Jalen Ramsey getting cooked by Mike Evans.
Exactly.
Now
he gave up on that route.
This is
Jalen Ramsey gave up.
Jalen Ramsey, like I said, he's dog. But I will say this: if we gotta point out some faults.
Jamar Chase did cook him in the Super Bowl, but Joe Burrow didn't give him the ball.
Joe Burrow couldn't have gotten the ball. They would have
we all saw it. Like Jamar Chase was open. Like he cooked Jalen Ramsey a couple times.
That was bad.
He had a bad Super Bowl game. He admitted that.
I was about to say T. Higgins. Granted, that play was kind of iffy.
Oh no, he fouled. He fouled. Man said, "Man, it wasn't no if."
But T. Higgins did that. That is on the stat sheet. Even though we know what happened. But I don't think.
But real quick, just to finish myself. So Jalen number one. Honestly, if you ask me, I take Xavier. I put JC. I put JC at 2, Xavier at 3. Jair, honestly, Denzel at 4, Marlon at 5.
Oh God.
Jair at 6.
Lattimore 7.
7. No. Slay 7. Lattimore 8.
Okay. Slay has been holding
9
it down.
and 10. I don't really know. They could just.
I was about to say Slay was holding it down with Detroit. Like he was making Pro Bowls and All Pros in Detroit.
I don't forget like all that. Yo, he's still a dog.
Detroit still got that corner coming back, right? I forgot his name.
Oh,
the one they drafted, but he got hurt.
Jeff Okudah, man, my dog Okudah, man. He's supposed to be.
Yeah.
They was talking about he had one of the best combines for a corner, man. They had Dion on TV saying he was gonna be it. And he got on there and Devontae Adams absolutely destroyed him.
Was it on that play?
It was Devontae and Justin Jefferson too.
Damn,
I
gotta show some love to the Green Goblin, my boy Jalen Mills. He's not top 10, but he's
not top 20 either. Jalen Mills is.
He's just step it up this year.
He's gonna step it up. He will.
He has to.
We'll see.
Who else I got?
He was solid last Super Bowl year, but other than that,
they got. I think the Pats got Jonathan Jones. He still. When he played, he had like one of the lowest pass ratings allowed. But I don't go into that because up until the Colts game, Anthony Avery was considered one of the better corners amongst Ravens fans, and then we all saw how he just completely fell apart to end the season.
Since you just brought him up, I really don't understand what made Oakland want to make that man a millionaire. Like,
man, I said, what should give? I mean, it's the Alabama. He went to Alabama, so that's the thing that kept all these players that come out from there. Like, it's like, well, he played for Nick Saban, so he knows how it should be.
I'm upset because like he had that one good play against Tyreek, and then everybody just blew him up. It was like, oh, he's so good. I'm like, I'm a fan of the team. I'm watching him getting cooked every single play. He's not good.
Yeah.
And then Oakland and then LA just picks him up for like what? Was it 10 mil?
I was about to say, I think it was like.
It's like between like 5-10.
Yeah.
These are still way too much.
Yeah, I mean, at least he's not on the Ravens anymore. So
Thank
I'm
God.
good with that. We got Jalen Amore Davis from Alabama. I think I said his name right. In the 4th round. So hopefully he turns out to be great. But yeah, I think we can all conclude the ESPN list aren't perfect.
Far from.
We didn't even talk about the running backs, the tight ends, offensive line, edge rushers, etc. All those came out. Yeah, all those came out. But
I don't even want to look at it.
Yeah, I was about to say they were just all a little too iffy. But just to make a quick pivot in other iffy news that's been put out there, I think there's a lot of things going on social media right now. One of those things is females and males arguing over like what should be done when you're courting a girl, taking a girl out, and there's been a video. There's a video out there where a female, she was arguing with a man or her boyfriend about taking her out, and there's been speculation that the video is fake, but she was arguing with him because she was saying how, oh, you should be paying for all me and my 18 friends. 18 friends for her dinner.
For one, I'm not paying for
Nah, and I just want to pose this question to Dedrick.
Cool, but I'm not
Do you
doing
think,
that.
and I mean, I don't even know, first of all, do you think the video was real? And second of all, do you feel like that is something that should be accepted in today's society where if you're a man taking your woman out, you should be able to pay for all her friends if she decides to come and bring them and tells you or not? Do you feel like that's something that should be done?
At first, when I first saw it, I was like, dang, like, this is really happening. Like, I thought it was real, but, you know, we talked about it when we first got in here, and Lee mentioned it. Like, they were already outside, so the tab had to have been already paid for. Like, and then how do you even realistically, how do all 18 of your friends, in a real-life scenario, all pay up not expecting to pay for their own food? And you're expecting your homegirl's man to pay for all 18 of y'all. Like, okay, like, I think it was, like, Shorty's birthday or something.
Yeah,
so,
it was, yeah.
Like, all right, like, if I'm taking my girl out for her birthday, like, of course I'll pay for her, but, like, what am I paying for your friends for? Like, what would y'all do if I wasn't there? Like,
exactly, literally.
That's
like,
a great point.
Like, what would be done if it wasn't for that? And it's just like, bro, 18 friends. That's what makes me feel like the video's fake. And then, for those of you who haven't seen it, she was literally like at the end, she kind of like busted a smile. It was just like, bro, there's no way.
and then she called her broke at the end.
Exactly. And there's no way.
Bro, how
18
all 18 they're not in a relationship? Like, what y'all doing?
or don't have money to like. Even if the dude is like, oh, my boy, he's a football player or a basketball player, he's a millionaire. Fine. You still don't like as a woman or as as an adult. You're telling me you're going out and not expecting to have or not having money on you, preparing in case you're not being covered for. Like, that's just that's bad malpractice. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
That's
Like,
just ridiculous.
like, it is very ridiculous.
Even like just the idea and thought that you would expect someone else that, not to say, but from the guy looking in the video, he was a normal looking dude, so he's not no millionaire, no ball player, whatever. But it's like you are at a restaurant with 18 people and expecting someone to cover a check for 18 people. That's just absurd.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, unless you literally are like we said, you don't even gotta be no millionaire. Like, you make a good living, you know what I'm saying, like that. But also, there's got to be a conversation about that prior to going out. So it's like that's where it just like it doubles down on like if this really is real or not. Because it's like I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I hope it is staged. Because if it's not staged, it just really like looks stupid on the female's part. Because it's like, yo, you really expected the guy to pay for 18 of your friends, and you didn't even bring this up prior to. Like, you went out, enjoyed all the meal, all these drinks and everything, and you looked at the bill and gave it to your man and was like, "Oh yeah, you got it."
It's look, anyway you look,
it just blows my mind.
I'm about to say, like, any way you look at it, it's just like, again, I can't imagine, and I mean, I guess it's different. No, see, but I can't even fathom it the other way around. If it was a woman taking her man out and 18,
God forbid. Oh, no.
18 of his
God forbid. Oh, I can't even.
18 of his friends pulled up. Look, I can't.
Oh my God!
I'm about to say, I
would be
can't
a
even
shift in the world. If
I
something
can't
like that
even
was actually
fathom
happening.
like something like that. So to sit here and act like that's what makes me think the video has to be fake. Like John was saying, 18. Like, some people don't even have that many friends. Like, 18 friends coming out.
It's like actually a great point. Ain't no
Like-
way
like-
all of them was really your friends. Like,
Who just like has a Rolodex like, oh, I'm going to a dinner, I need 20 people. You got 18 people just ready to go. Like, a lot of people out there, I keep a small circle of like 10, 15 or less. Like, I mean, me, you know, Dedrick said in the beginning of the episode, we've been friends for a long time. But like, I think all of us here have a very tight-knit group of friends. Like, none of us out here got 18 people that we like, oh yeah, we expect to come out and not be able to cover themselves. Like, come on, it's
Nah,
just
we 150 deep. So
Nah, what really probably happened was they probably went in there and found some random people like, oh yeah, I want to be in this skit real quick outside.
and, and that goes into like because we was talking about it. It's like I brought it up, and I really do think that like it just is another way to get a viral video because it's a playoff for when the father had brought food for his one son, and the lady had 4 kids.
Yeah, we
and he
talked
brought
about
them
it the last
McDonald's.
episode.
It's like
yeah.
so it's like I just feel like it's another thing to kind of because like what that was about like a month ago by now. You just gotta stay relevant. So they try to find a way to go viral, and that's if it's fake. Because honestly, like if it's not fake, that's just ridiculous. Like I actually kind of hope it's staged. I'm gonna be honest. Now that I'm really thinking about it, I hope it is something that was staged. Because
like, could you imagine? Like, you take your girl out for her birthday, 18 people. Like, it looked like they was at a decent restaurant too. So let's say hypothetically, all the food is $100 each. 18 people include all the taxes and tip. Like, you paying $2,000 for you and your girl to eat and all her friends. Like, no, that's
Come on now.
Even if it was just one of her friends, no,
bro. If anyone who out there who's been to Fogo de Chao, tell me you're gonna take more than 2 people, more than one person. And pay for their food.
That's a solo mission.
And you see that bill that come out to be at least $150 for just 2 people. Come on. Man.
Imagine that times 18.
Like, come on, that's just ridiculous.
Crazy.
So yeah, I think everyone out there that saw that, if it's like not confirmed that it's real, I think it's just hard to believe that it is because of how the situation looks. But yeah, just to make another pivot to the last topic that we have today, as far as like what we are talking about.
Real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I don't even know because it just kind of dawned on me.
Yeah, because it's just so ridiculous.
If anyone watching this does take the side of the female, reach out to us and actually explain it to me because I would like to hear like what the logic is in it. And I'm being dead serious. Like I actually like because
it's one thing to pay for your girl and her homegirl or her best friend.
Because the majority of the responses to all of this has literally just been everybody taking the mess or like just being like, yeah, she shouldn't have did that or that's ridiculous for her to expect that. If you watched that and you honestly thought, oh yeah, he's wrong, he's tripping, she's right, I need you to reach out and explain to me why, because I really want to know. Because I want to hear it. I actually want to hear. Like I'm actually open to hear. Like what's the reasoning? Just know that if it's stupid, I'm gonna let you know it's stupid. Like I'm gonna let you know that you shouldn't have reached out to me with this. But my bad. I just wanted to add that in. Go ahead,
Malik gonna keep it a stack. Oh, that's why we love and appreciate it, man. But nah, just to pivot into our last topic, as far as what we are currently listening to in the music world. I know last time we talked about this, I think the XXL list came out, and we were kind of going into the people on there. 2 of the people I had mentioned, Big Scar and I think Big 30 were on there. Shout out to them, 1017 boys. Big 30 not really, but he makes a lot of songs with them. I'm still bumping them same dudes. I mean, there's a couple other people like I said, 1017, Pooh Shiesty he's still locked up. Free Pooh, Free YSO, still bumping Gunna and Thug. I don't care if they're locked up. I'm still gonna always bump Gunna's my favorite artist. So just putting it out there, people who don't know. But as far as like, and also I just want to give a quick shout out to CEO Trail. Shout out to my boy Austin Lanes, great photographer. He actually put me on to CEO Trail. I think he's one of those. You know about CEO Trail?
Just wait a minute, bro. We've been bumping CEO.
Have we? Because I was about to say I actually just got him.
Cool.
Bro,
he's better than a perk.
I was about to say he's actually like that.
2020.
CEO like that. CEO Trail is like that. He is like that. I want to give a quick shout out to CEO Trail.
Yeah, but, you know what? And not to cut you off, but like it was so messed up about that, bro. Literally, he was just getting tied in with YSL when all this was going down.
I found out he opened for Gunna, the last show Gunna did. He actually opened for him, and I was like, wow, that's actually
he real
crazy.
cool with them YSL boys. Like,
He got hella songs. Don't say he's not that cool.
You know, he repping it. Nah, he repping it. Cool clearly, he wasn't in an indictment. Neither was Got It. They still YSL. They still repping it.
That's true. But I'm gonna open to the floor. What those are the people I'm listening to right now currently. Like I said, shout out to CEO Trail, new person I got put on to. But who are we bumping out here? Who's occupying our music time?
Let's see. Like I've been a big Dirk fan forever. Like he dropped his new album. He dropped the deluxe for that. That's cool. Like I actually like the deluxe. He kind of went back to old Dirk on that, so that's smooth.
All cap.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That Chris Brown joint, I'm kind of getting with that too. That joint smooth.
Chris Brown joint.
So it's kind of crazy. This is not
Chris
the first
Brown
time. No. Hear me out.
I was about to say
that it's the one where he got features with Baby and Dirk and all that.
Yeah, he got a lot of features on there.
So. And because like a lot of people that are like guys that working on it, they've been trying to get me to understand like you can't just keep listening to all this trap. And I try to be explaining like, look, I don't listen to just all like rob him, kill him, shoot him.
808s and
like literally the guy like Steve. Shout out to Steve because he was on the show. Steve literally keeps coming at me because he thinks I keep listening to that gangster, kill him, rob him, and all that. And I'm like, yo,
but
it's just not. It's not even like that. All the time, you know what I mean? So, but they've also been trying to get me to realize like Chris, you gotta throw some CB on for a couple occasions. And I'm not gonna lie. Some of them songs is actually hard. Like
Yeah.
the ones I just mentioned, the one with Baby, and then the other song he got with Dirk. It's actually hard.
Are they hard?
Funny as hell because the one he has with Dirk is called Sliding, and it literally starts out with him like we gonna slide, and I'm like, oh my god. I thought that shit was hilarious. I'm like, of course he had to get Dirk on this song. But yeah, nah, I would. He's not wrong. I would check that out if I was you. You probably
Okay.
like it.
I was about to say, somebody let me know. I'm always open to listening to new music.
But
John, who you gonna say? You were making a face when you said
you
CB.
said
or you were
Chris.
agreeing with Chris Brown. You
I don't know.
agreeing.
I bang with the Chris Brown album.
Okay.
Dirk, was it Young Boy? He beat his gun case. So free Young Boy. So yeah, I've been listening to Young Boy. He ready to drop his album. We got Uzi coming up, about to drop the Pink tape. I'm excited for that. My boy Brent, he dropped his album.
Brent Fayez.
Classic 10 out of 10.
It's very popular amongst on social media.
Heard it was toxic. I didn't listen to it, but
He said it was toxic.
Like, Brent, he just like me for real. But like, who else? Yeah, I'm really excited for Uzi, Nav, Young Boy. Really, I've been listening to them. Just good rotation.
I think I missed the Young Boy wave. Like I was.
yeah, I'm not the biggest Young Boy.
Yeah, but I never
don't
knew when
worry.
he came back. I just remember coming back from college one summer or winter, and my brother just like listening to Young Boy. I'm like, who's Young Boy? Like, and I heard him. To me, when I first heard him, I thought it was Lil Wayne. I'm like, it sounds like Lil Wayne. What the heck? That was my first opinion of him. I was like, this is Lil
Not even
Wayne
close.
knockoff. Yeah, not even close. Yeah, but yeah, that's my
Young Boy better.
But I ain't gonna. I've been bumping. The CMG Camp, they dropped their tape. It's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Go check it out. The Money Man dropped the tape under the song Undertaker with him and Nardo-Wick. That's hard, too hard. But
he was on the XSL freshman list, right?
yeah,
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
also, PGF Nuck dropped Switch Music. Everybody know Nuck. What up? It's Nuck. Stuff like that.
Wow.
And I mean, I just listen to my regular guys like Lucky, Dirk. Like he said, I'm a big Dirk fan. Oh, also, I don't even know why you didn't bring it up. Coachy dropped his tape.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? That's true. Yeah,
The Inspection. I mean, it's if you like it, if you like it.
yeah, that's
It
true.
is what it is.
I don't skip him on shuffle, but he just like sounds like Cardi to me. I'll be like,
I don't think
this
he
man-
Cardi. He's not.
I'm like, this man is like baby Cardi. Like, what is this? Like, I don't know, but I don't have a problem with it. So it is what it is. But I think that wraps it up for another episode of the Fourth Down Podcast. We appreciate everybody for listening. I want to also give another shout out to my boy Dedrick for joining us today. Really appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. No doubt. Appreciate y'all having me.
And shout out to Rashad. Like I said, he's not here today, but he's putting in that work. Rashad, we appreciate you, and we will see y'all next time.
Peace out.